What are you doing, Bonehead? Bonehead number 2. Oh boy. Morning, everybody. Today is Saturday, May 18th. Quick recap. Last weekend, run really good. Had a little bit of a stall with the car. Had an issue with it. Every time you go pick up the gas, it just kind of stumble and want to fall down. Spent most of the week trying to diagnose this problem, and come to find out, it was a loose wire. There was a hot wire that runs from the battery switch up to my dash. That switch turns the ignition on. Wire was just barely hanging on and wasn't making real good contact, and wouldn't let the car run. So it took me 2 days to figure that part out. Got it figured out, got it all wired back up, eliminated a bunch of wiring that was in the back of the, or in the under the dash. Words hard. Wires that were under the dash that weren't really doing anything. They were just in the way. So eliminated a bunch of that stuff, cleaned all that up. Now moving on to why the car looks like this. So preseason, I read in the sanctioning body's rules that you cannot run a spoiler. I took that to heart, said, okay, no spoiler, let's sail panels full, no big deal, right? I go down there, every car in my class has a little bitty 2-inch spoiler on the car. I go back and read the track rules. Track rules state that you can run a 2-inch spoiler, but it has to be no more than 2 inches tall and has to be 90 degrees from the decking. So I spent a couple days fashioning a spoiler. And all that spoiler is the one that I used to have on here when I ran Lakeside. It was a big 5-inch spoiler. I folded it in half a couple times. Got it on the car, looks good. Now, further reading into the rules, you have to cut the sail panels down too, because there is a dimension. Let me get this piece. Pretty much this piece goes on here. Well, that sail panel can only be so close to your spoiler support. So I spent a considerable amount of time trying to get that figured out too. Now it's Saturday morning. Car runs. Just got to put all this words, man. I'm telling you what, it is Saturday morning. So now all I have to do is put the body back together, and we're going to start getting things loaded up. I'm going to wipe the car down real good. Also going to wipe down my truck because it has done nothing but rain for 2 weeks straight now. Trailer's kind of dirty too. I don't really get that cleaned up. We got plenty of time. It's not even 10:30 yet on Saturday morning, so I'm going to get all this pointed in the right direction, get ready to head out. Other news, I do have help tonight. My nephew said he wanted to come out and try to help a little bit, which is awesome. Awesome having another set of hands there. Really enjoy having my wife down in the pits, but even she said, she goes, I just wish I was a little more mechanically inclined. That way if you need something, I can run out and do it real quick. No big deal. I really enjoy having her in the pits, and she does do things while we're there at the track. You know, she takes care of my tear-offs, make sure I have tear-offs and stuff like that, and keeps an ear out for announcements and whatnot, which is awesome. I love having her there. Anyway, guys, we're going to get rolling, get this thing ready to put on the trailer. If you made it this far into the video, please like, share, subscribe, do all those things. You want to see some live content, come over to twitch.tv/pigpen13, PIGPIN13. Check us out. this is the finished product, what it actually looks like. So this panel used to go all the way down here. This wasn't here, that wasn't there. And so yeah, we just cut the sail panel down a little bit. Had to fold it, give it a goofy little fold here in order to make that work, because this height here is supposed to be 8 inches. Long story short, and you can only have this gap right here can only be 3 inches, or a minimum of 3 inches. I guess you can go up farther than that if you wanted to, but I'll try to do like a side-by-side comparison of what the old one or the new one and the old one, what they look like. That way you guys got an idea what it. In case you're new. If you are new, like, share, subscribe, do all those things, man. Really appreciate it. Thanks. I'm gonna get to the other side and then we'll get going. So last week I took a little damage on the left rear quarter panel. A guy got sideways in front of me in the track, and I turned right and went up the track to miss him. We kind of clicked rear fenders together. Honestly, it was completely superficial. Wasn't his fault, wasn't my fault. It was just racing, you know. But it was just sheet metal damage, and now I'm kind of struggling to get these holes to line back up. So I'm going to have to re-drill some of these holes. No big deal. It's just you can only re-drill holes so many times before they get too big to put pop rivets in it. So problems of having an old race car, I guess. So struggle continues. Okay, so car's clean, seat belts are adjusted, and I'm just testing them. Let's go over top. I do have some things working against me. I'm really claustrophobic, so once I get in here and tied down, I tend to freak out a little bit. I've been working on just breathing, trying to relax and everything, and don't always work. So the belts do seem to be a little bit better shape. I think we made the right correction. Snug as a bug in a rug. As you can see, not a whole lot of room in here. Once you get the helmet on, not really going anywhere. All loaded up, ready to go. Just waiting on my wife to get back. She went to her mom and dad's to drop off my daughter. Next time I turn the camera on, we'll be at the track. So leaving a little early this week, just because they have a traveling late model series that's in town, and parking may be a little scarce. So we're gonna try to get there somewhat early and find a decent spot to park, hopefully in the shade somewhere. All right, where you are here, Central Missouri Speedway. Car's ready to go. I've tweaked and poked and prodded on this thing as much as I can. Adjusted the window net even, so the wife can get the window net up for me. SMLRA is here, super late models. Should be a fun night. A lot of cars, a lot of added money. I think the goal for tonight is just going to be keeping it on the track. We'll see what happens, man. Should be fun. heat race didn't go as planned. Ended up burning a spark plug wire into the car wouldn't run, so I finished, but it was not running on all 8 cylinders. So I do have new wire on it, and I'm letting battery charge up now. It seemed to have a little bit of a battery issue earlier, so I'm gonna let it kind of cool down and then start it up and go from there. Rock and roll for the future. Well, we made it home last night. Car's in one piece. Still have a really bad stumble for some reason. I don't know what's going on, whether it was a carburetor issue or a distributor issue, but it seems like I'll get 1 or 2 good laps and the next thing you know it starts to kind of fall down on its face a little bit. Other than that, the car handled great. But I can't run full throttle into a corner because it won't make it there. So I'm gonna have to work on that. I don't know. I'm kind of clueless at this point, so I'm gonna have to make some phone calls and see if I can't get somebody to help me fix that. Other than that, it was a good night. We finished 9th out of 14th. Out of 14, 9th place out of 14 cars. There we go. Also met some really cool people last night. Parked right next to a guy who he was in the same class as us, got 5th. Super sweet dude. He struggled as well as I did, so all in all, it was a really good night. Kind of a learning experience. Kind of not. Kind of same old chasing problems all night long type of thing. But I gotta admit, it's fun. I really enjoy it. One of these nights we're gonna have a night where nothing goes wrong. I don't know when that's gonna be. Hopefully I can get that on the schedule. Anyway, guys, if you made it this far into the video, thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate it, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks.